ZOZ. I'm Leslie Ann, along with you here at ZOZ 103, and joining me in the studio from the Greater Oneonta Economic Development Council, Al Colone and Bill Shue. Welcome.
Good to be with you.
First of all, we want to know what the Greater Oneonta Economic Development Council is.
Well, we founded the organization about 6 years ago, and we launched our whole reason for being around the issue of municipal consolidation. And it was from that inaugural meeting that people said, if you concentrate on economic development issues and leave the consolidation to somebody else further down the road, let's move on with that. So we got involved in things like Oneonta Sport Tourism, revitalization of the rail yards, the HOPS initiative, and a bunch of other things. And in the course of time, we've circled back and come back to the issue of municipal consolidation because we believe the underlying negative in our existence here, whether we're talking about commercial growth, cultural growth, whatever the case may be, is the fact that we've got two, I would call them, ineffective municipalities running our lives here. And we think that with the problems that we have, neither the city nor the town can address them separately, but together I think good things can happen.
Now, what kind of problems are you referring to?
Well, we've got empty storefronts. We've got cultural facilities that are scratching the surface and trying to make ends meet. We've closed public schools. We've closed parochial schools. We've got a decline in population. Those things are the negatives that we need to address and address in an aggressive way. And again, neither the city nor the town separately can deal with those issues.
Now, let's say they combine. What does that open up?
Well, if there's a process to consolidate or merge municipalities, it doesn't happen overnight. We're advocating for a study to be done. So I think that anyone listening...
To see if this is viable.
Exactly.
And makes sense for everybody.
Yes. And the study would be done through the local government efficiency office in Albany. They have experts in municipal consolidation, but the focus also is cost savings. We're advocating a study to be done that says, let's look at cost savings up to and including consolidation. We're taking a look at all of those ideas. But let's just say that the city and town would merge tomorrow, which is not going to happen because of the timetable. They would be eligible for very minimum of $3.7 million in cost savings and new revenue each year.
From New York State?
Yes.
Some of it would be additional income from sales tax receipts. Part of it would be through the New York State Tax Credit Incentive Program that's annual, up to $1 million a year. The AIM funds, which account for about $557,000 of new revenue coming into the new city. So it's all of those combined, along with the cost savings, as Bill talked about.
Certain things, for example, aid and incentives to municipalities, the amount of money that a newly created city gets would be larger because the amount that the state would give to that new city per capita is larger. Towns have less AIM funding because they're a town. A city gets more AIM funding. So also a city is able to preempt sales tax, a town is not. So there are some huge benefits that are involved financially in a merger.
Now, I know that your plan is to present a series of presentations on all the finer details. Obviously, during this interview, we can only cover a little bit, but tonight at the 6th Ward Athletic Club, you're going to have a full presentation of this whole idea.
Indeed. We've invited current and past employees of the city and the town, along with the Oneonta school system, so that those people that are directly impacted by this will understand what consolidation means to them. And what we do know so far is no one loses their jobs.
Right. Well, it certainly seems like they've got nothing to lose to gather information.
Exactly.
I know that this has been a hot topic for many, many years, with mostly people in the town not wanting to have a merger, with the thought that their taxes would go up and so forth.
The most revealing things that I've seen in our research over the past 6 months is the newfound revenues coming into the community. And we believe, instead of people projecting property tax increases, that there will be just the reverse. Property tax decreases, maybe more so in the town than in the city, because the city has some legacy costs the old city would need to be responsible for. So the benefits are going to be widespread throughout the community, and we believe that the property tax rate will drop in our community.
Tonight, 7 o'clock, 6th Ward Athletic Club. Anybody can come out.
Right. And we have some other meetings lined up as well. We're meeting with the Destination Oneonta group on the morning of the 17th, the Chamber of Commerce Board on the morning of the 18th, And next Monday night, the 22nd, we have the Holiday Inn where we're inviting people from the South Side, Angel Heights, Emmons, business people, and executives from businesses here in the community to come and listen to that presentation as well.
Right. I know you're trying to pick locations that are convenient for those that live in that area.
Exactly. We're bringing
Yeah.
our show to them.
But you could go to any one of them, actually.
Indeed.
We're also there to clear up misinformation. There's been projections, I think, in the media by 20% tax increase, which is totally ludicrous if you look at the latest data and figures. We are not in this to see tax increases. Al Colone and myself had early on, 5 years ago, when we started doing research on this, we said, if this is going to involve any tax increase, we're not part of it.
Right.
And we've seen enough data to show that statistically, things were not calculated into the latest review. The town did a review in 2011, 2012, and put that review out to the public. So we're cognizant of it. We compared it to the data, and a lot of things are missing or inaccurate, and we can carefully say that. We are there to clear up misinformation so that people can base their judgments on valid, reliable data. Now, this data is substantiated by the New York State Department of State and research groups that we've contacted. So it isn't just Al Colone and I putting together the figures.
The data sheets.
You're right. It's pretty substantiated information, and we're glad about that.
Gentlemen, thank you.
Thanks.